I first met John through family connections, and we all grew up in essentially the same community. So John's father was the executive at San Jose Cemetery. So that's someone who we would know through the church and through the community. He was a man of some standing. John went to Holy Cross. Even though you may not go to school with someone or socialize with them, you know of them, especially if they're accomplishing something. And John was accomplishing things, a noteworthy person, even in his high school years. He was known to the rest of us. Well, I was a member of the city council beginning in 1975. John was a member of the Express News. In those days, Latino reporters were few and far between.
Most papers did not have any Mexican-American reporters at all, or if they did, they had one and several that were not. And even newspapers along the border, I mean El Paso, Brownsville, McAllen, Laredo, didn't have many Mexican-American reporters. And so I think John was one of the first I ever worked with.
He was a person that, first of all, was noteworthy because he was a Latino in that setting. But secondly, John is aggressive, vocal, pursuing things in a serious way, but at the same time uses the personal connection to say, you know, what thoughts have you got about this? Or tell me. I was quick and ready to answer John's calls because I knew, first of all, this is a person of seriousness, but also because it's just somebody you want to help along in their work.
God, it feels like John was just always around in the Capitol Press Corps. So I don't remember our very first meeting. He was just such a strong and stalwart member of it, and always such a good person to be around. John really had a front row seat at a procession of governors, and really a front row seat at Texas history, starting with Governor Bill Clements, who was quite a character, Governor Ann Richards, the last Democrat to be governor, George W. Bush, whom John then followed on the presidential campaign trail, Rick Perry, and now Governor Abbott. John is so great because he's such a professional, steady person. You know, he's all pro. Then we get to talk to him, you find out he's completely hilarious. He has this wonderful self-deprecating humor. One of the stories I love about John, he worked for the Associated Press in New York, and on his lunch hour, he actually saw a woman being mugged and intervened and held the mugger with another person until police could arrive. And the AP was so impressed with this that they had him write a first-person story and send it out on the wire. So, you know, it's this very heroic thing. And then, so John tells the story, and then he points out that one of the newspapers that got the story along with John's photo ran the photo along with the cut line identifying John as the mugger. So that to me is just a perfect John Gonzalez story. He does this wonderful thing, and then he finds a way to put some humor at it and into it, and at his own expense.
He's a symbol of the development of Latinos in journalism in Texas because of all the different assignments he had, all the different all the different Texas papers and different roles. And that's an important history. I think probably people coming into the business now underestimate how difficult it was to work at all those papers and all those times and to keep in the business. And a rare person like that.
One of the most important things that someone could learn from John is to have such a good, strong sense of self, his own integrity and honesty and belief really in journalism really shone through in everything that he did. He's not a diva. He's not someone who throws things. He's not somebody who, makes a big fuss when things go wrong. He simply does the job, and he does it exceedingly well.